I made a whole group of strangers mad at me. My friend said I embarrassed her because I refused to pay $112 for my $18 salad.
And I was embarrassed. It ruined the dining experience for me. So guess what? Now I don't go out with people who do that. There's a proper etiquette and there's a proper decorum.
I'm only paying for what's on the check. I'm not splitting the bill, shawty. That's crazy.
And then they get mad at you or somebody else, thinking you're the cheapskate because you don't want to go half. It's just like, why would we go half when you can just pay for what you ordered and I can just pay for what I ordered?
This girl got pissed as and said that she is not paying for my bill and that I need to figure it out. I told her, okay, no worries. Even though you invited me out to eat, I'll pay my part of the bill. I'm like, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the restroom. And I got in my car.
If you're in the wild and you witness a group dinner, just know that the drama is going to start as soon as that check hits the table. So many times the check gets combined and the bill is split evenly, meaning somebody might be paying for somebody else's steak, 3 margaritas, and a dessert that they didn't even touch. And the worst part, you speak up. You're the problem. And this is sparking huge debates online and people are choosing sides. And I need to know, which side are you on? Exhibit A.
I'm only paying for what's on the check. I'm not splitting the bill, shawty. That's crazy. You expect us to split the bills? You got lamb chop, you got steak, and look at all that. Look at what all they got. And they talking about splitting the bill. Walk into the my thing is, y'all doing too much. Y'all doing way too much. We didn't order all that going on.
And this is where the problems can arise. They said, hey, y'all got steak and lobster. And there's usually somebody adamant at the table, no, we're splitting it fairly. So what? You didn't spend any money on this expensive meal. You're still gonna help pay for it, right? Objectively speaking, I can understand why some people might not like that and why they might be reacting this way. Everybody's budget whenever you're going to a restaurant is very different. And maybe if everybody knew what to expect as far as the bill coming out, we wouldn't have got this reaction from a lot of the guests. Now, it's very interesting. It says here on the screen, she wanted everyone to split the bill for her B-Day dinner. Now, I need y'all to tell me, would y'all split the bill? And this is an interesting piece of information here. It says, who's wrong in this situation? The bill was over $4,600. How many of them was at that table? Because I ain't see enough heads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4,000. Almost 5,000? The head count ain't head counting, but I digress. And now the top comment here says, it's always the people that order the most expensive things on the menu want to split the bill. Don't invite me. And I can understand a polite decline because this is ghetto. Another says, I'm paying for mine. Matter of fact, I'm going to make sure the bill is separate from the beginning. Can't blame her. And another here says, if you ate it, you pay for it. And split the bill, says the broke folks at the table. Now, I can't confirm nor deny anybody's financial status. However, do you think the people who wish to split the bill just don't want the hassle of the waiter or the waitress bringing out multiple checks? Or do you think it's something deeper? Are the people who aren't okay with splitting the bills the real broke ones? Because that's the narrative that's said by a lot of people who want the bill split. If you're not willing to split the bill, you're broke and you should have stayed at home. Or you're tacky. Or do you feel like this is a way that some people who intend to have lavish taste when a larger group is there want to get over? Because wouldn't this be the prime opportunity? A very interesting conversation, to say the least. What I will say is, the one person that I think I can understand footing the bill for 100% is whoever's birthday it is. Now, this next video says, am I the a-hole for not paying a split bill? This already got me uneasy because the caption says, would you have paid $112 for an $18 salad? Now, this is getting out of hand.
$112 for an $18 salad? Is that big of a deal? I made a whole group of strangers mad at me. My friend said I embarrassed her because I refused to pay $112 for my $18 salad. Let me explain what happened. My friend is going through a divorce. I told her I could come. I was invited at the last minute. She said, I'm on my way there. Why don't you join us? There's room for one more. And I'm not part of this friend group. Invited me out to a steakhouse in Dallas to kind of just help her get through things. So we all go out and meet up, and this is an expensive steakhouse, and nothing was said before about splitting the bill or paying or anything. So I got there, and they'd already ordered appetizers at the table, had shared. I was like, okay, that's fine. I didn't really want anything. I looked at the prices. I decided on a Caesar salad, which was $18. It's like, that's fine. I'll just do that. I didn't really want anything heavy anyway because it was late at night. Right. And they're all ordering drinks and wine and cocktails, and they go up to the bar, and I hear them start talking about splitting the bill, about everyone everyone just puts in, it'll be close to $100 a person, maybe $120. And I'm thinking, no, I am not doing that. And these girls, they were ordering steak. They had ordered all the appetizers before I got there. They were ordering dessert. I had my salad. So I went up to our waitress and I said, hey, are you able to split the bill? And she said, yeah, absolutely. And I said, could I pay my portion now? And she said, of course. So I paid my $18, handed her the cash tip, and that was it. When the waitress came over, they said they were ready for the bill and to just put it on one bill and everyone would split it. And this girl, who I don't know who she was, she said, okay, everyone, she figured it out. She's like, everyone owes me $112. She can just zell it to me. And nobody else batted an eye. And I said, she got to me, she's like, oh, I'll give you my information. I said, oh, I already paid for my dinner. And she's like, no, we're splitting everything. And I said, no, ma'am. I said, I had an $18 salad. That's all I'm paying for. She's like, that's not how this group works. And I said, well, nobody told me anything about it. And she started saying, well, we had appetizers and we had dessert. I said, you guys had that. All I had was my salad and I already paid. And the waitress was standing there. She's like, oh yeah, she already settled up. We're good. And my friend was like, come on, just pay. It's not that big of a deal.
And I was saying, you better make it enough. Dang it. I'm gonna get myself back together. Oh, these folks funny. Because we're not gonna take it. What it sounds like is they was plotting on you. Why would somebody care so bad that you paid and tipped for your $18 salad? You're not even close with this group of friends. Remember, they don't know you. You did nothing wrong. You didn't run off on the tab. So why would somebody be so upset that you didn't contribute to an appetizer you didn't eat, an expensive food that you didn't even order? Everybody else ordered the lavish stuff. Why would they be upset? And this is why I say a lot of y'all are getting hit with the okie doke. You might actually be invited somewhere to help bring the cost down, because on a normal day, many people probably aren't ordering like that. But because it's a group meal, they finna go all out, ball till you fall. And all of a sudden, everybody eat caviar. It's a whole bunch of mussels on the table. Clam, lamb, everything but spam. Spam is cheap. And then she hit you with the, that's not how the friend group works. And I don't want to be friends. Now what? No, I don't want to be friends. I'm going home.
Girl, $112 for an $18 salad is that big of a deal? I don't know. Maybe it's not. What do you guys think?
I think they were trying to get over on her. Plain and simple. But y'all tell me what y'all think down below. This comment says the only time splitting the bill actually works is if everyone is averaging the same amount. Exactly. Then I can understand people not tripping about it as much. But in her case, she definitely had a right to not want the tab split. Another comment here says, I don't drink. I'm not paying for your 3 $25 cocktails. I can understand completely. Now this video got a whole spreadsheet behind her, so I don't even know how serious this got, but oh my.
Went to dinner with a group of my friends from my business fraternity in college. The efficiency, the entertainment value of this. He made a spreadsheet that looks pretty good, labeled spreadsheet of tracking each of our expenses for the dinner and the Venmo requests.
Wow.
By person, by elite dining club member. This is the only way I would like to be Venmo requested from now on.
Okay, so I thought this was very interesting. He has here his Venmo. This is dedication, but what I really want to pay attention to is this. He has how much each of them spent. Honestly, this friend group didn't spend too much off from each other, but it looks like Piper only spent $85, and we have 3 people here that have spent $108.40, and Vivi who spent $97.21. I only really want to point that out because depending on where you're at, let's use Piper for example. What if they spent $50, $60, and these numbers everywhere else was like $150? Piper would feel slighted, maybe, unless she really just doesn't care that much. But everybody's bank account is so different. People have different professions, different things that they must allocate their money to every month. And you simply don't know how much each of these people has as a budget for going out to eat. Yes, people have budgets for going out to eat, because if you're going out to eat and you can't afford to go out to eat, you end up in debt, paying for a meal that you ate 6 months ago with interest. Probably not the best idea. So when you're going out, you want to spend what you can afford to spend. Piper might not feel bad about coughing up an extra $15 to $20 for her friend group if she was splitting the bill. But should people be shamed if they can't afford that? Let's just think about $20, $30. That's an hour's worth of pay for some people. And this is why I think this whole conversation is so interesting, because a lot of people people have this mentality of shut up and just pay. Pay what everybody else is paying, not take into account everybody's individual financial situation. Some people have children, daycare they have to pay for, loans that they're trying to catch up on. Their car might have had some mechanical issues. Your roof could be leaking out your house right now. You never know. So this is what I consider as consideration. All that other stuff, like, oh, we splitting it down the middle, unless it's agreed upon, I truly don't understand how people don't see why this is so messy. But to make it even worse, then people are being verbally attacked, being called broke for not doing something that wasn't agreed upon. Very interesting. And people out here taking notes say, can we get the template? This is my love language. And another here is saying, love this. I don't drink, so I hate when I have to pay 10 something or even more for someone else's drinks. And I feel her on that. What's interesting is she has another video where she's replying to someone saying, your friend should stop being cheap and split the bill evenly. See, it's either you're cheap or you're broke.
Oh, no, absolutely not. 99% of the time, the only acceptable way to split a dinner bill in New York City is to itemize it. And the reason for this is every single person, when you go to dinner with your friends, deserves to enjoy the dinner in the way that they want. And in New York, everyone's financial standing is different. I have friends, I'm just gonna say it. I have friends who literally make 60,000 plus more than some of my other friends. And when they go to dinner, they want to get whatever they want. And I would never want to stop that. Like, you go off, it's your dinner too. If we got this hot reservation, order everything on the menu. You do you. But I personally, I'm not going to be doing that right now. And I have friends who also are more conscious of their finances and just don't feel the need to drop $300 on a dinner. So when you sit there and you're in that position thinking about what everyone else is ordering and you're stressing about the money and if the average is going to go up, it ruins the experience. And same for someone who wants to ball out. If they know that we're splitting it, they feel awkward about ordering it. No. It is just better. Everyone pays for what they get. Obviously, if it's like a birthday dinner, everyone gets the same things. We'll like split it down the middle. It's fine. But for instances where you're going to dinner with a group, the only acceptable way in New York City to split the bill is by itemizing it. And I would stand by that. So get a friend in finance, use a template, do it on Excel. Like, I assume everyone can do basic math, or use one of those amazing apps to do it. But splitting the bill down the middle is just like very insensitive to your friends who might be in a different place financially.
And she summed it up so well. I couldn't agree more. Now, I don't know if this is a New York thing, if all the New Yorkers get it. But yeah, what if you are out with somebody who has a larger budget to spend on food? Now what, they're just supposed to order a salad? No. What if they want the steak? You don't want to pay for the steak, do you? You didn't get the steak. You see, I think it's just considerate.
I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion, but if I go out to dinner with friends, I don't care to like itemize the bill. I'm always fine with just splitting it evenly with everyone's card. I don't care if someone's entree was a little bit more expensive. I don't care if someone got one drink or someone got two drinks. I mean, obviously don't go crazy, but if we're all just like eating, chatting, drinking, having a good time, I don't mind splitting it. Even if you're paying a few dollars extra for what you ate, you are just like paying to hang out and be with your friends. And if I wasn't okay with just like splitting what came to the table, I wouldn't go out to dinner with friends. Trust me, I'm not just putting my card down with like 15 people I barely know. If it's my tight-knit, close group of girlfriends, I don't care if I got one cocktail and you got two, we can just split it because eventually it'll just even out.
And maybe that's what the problem here is with a lot of these videos. People are going out to eat with people they don't know and being expected to split the bill for strangers. And it's not going the way everybody wants it to go, which makes sense. You don't know each other. Where is the obligation coming from? To think that somebody who doesn't know you must pay for your food because y'all went out as a group, especially if the food was more expensive, that comes off a little entitled, I think. And then she even said here, don't go crazy. As long as they're not going crazy, she's cool with it. But again, like the last video said, some people might want to go crazy. And maybe she won't care if her friends go crazy, or maybe she'll just go crazy with them. You know, match the energy. I don't know. All right, so this next one says, if your friend says, let's grab lunch, they should pay the tab, not you. Interesting. Okay. Once she asked to split the bill, I pretended to go to the restroom, jumped in my car, and left her with part of the tab. Next time, don't invite me if you're not paying. Okay, now this is where it's getting interesting. Morally, girl, did you run off on the tab, eat for free, and didn't say nothing? Okay.
If someone invites you to go out to eat, shouldn't they be the one to pay the bill? One of my friends called me, one of my very good friends, and she's like, hey, do you want to go catch lunch together? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, where do you want to meet at?
Right.
When we finally decided on a place to eat, I was like, okay, just give me like 20 minutes and I'll be right there. So we're catching up and just eating. You know, I ordered an appetizer, an entree, and dessert along with some drinks. The bill comes and she's like, oh, you could just cash out me like $30. Like, I'll pay for it so we don't have to split it and it's not like a mission for the waitress. And I'm like, you invited me out to eat. I ain't paying you anything. This girl got pissed as fuck and said that she is not paying for my bill and that I need to figure it out. She called the waitress and told her to split the check. I told her, okay, no worries. Even though you invited me out to eat, I'll pay my part of the bill. I'm like, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the restroom. And guess what I did? I acted like I was going to the restroom and I got in my car. In my car right now, I am paying. If I invite you out to eat, I'm gonna pay for you. That's how it goes. I don't know if she paid the bill or if she's washing dishes. I don't give a because I blocked her after that.
Oh, wow. So not only was she stuck with the bill, but I guess they're no longer friends. Now, it's one thing in my opinion if your friend says, hey, you want to go out to eat? I'll cover everything. I just want, us to spend some time together. That makes sense. But it seems like she expected her friend to pay for her because she was invited. There was an unexpected expectation on her behalf for her friend to do something that she never said she was going to do. She said she would come out to the dinner, but that didn't mean that she was going to pay for the dinner because, ma'am, you were a grown adult. And I understand that a lot of people feel like, hey, if you are going to invite me somewhere, why aren't you paying? You wanted my company. This was just a lack of communication though. And for a friendship to end over not asking a question before you went to the dinner is kind of interesting. Like, were y'all really even that close? Because it was over $30. $30? So I just feel like they weren't that close. I don't know. Maybe friendship is worth $30 to some of y'all. But if you really are cool with somebody, paying for your $30 dinner shouldn't be like a huge ask. But you know what? Somebody in the comments said, you lost a very good friend. And many people are saying, yeah, that was a good friend and they're not friends no more. But she replied with this, I never liked her anyway. Now that says a lot. Again, remember when I said friendship ain't worth $30 to some of y'all? This is what I meant. She never really liked her anyway. Someone replied to her, you never liked her? And she said, that's what I said. I'm baffled. And again, another comment says, no, you should have discussed it ahead of time or just assume you will pay for your own. She replied with, anytime I tell someone, let's go out to eat, I pay for them. It's common sense. Is it? Is it? Now, I understand paying for people because I've done it many times. But if you are going to pay, you say, hey, I'm going to pay for you. Don't worry about it. Just want you to come out, have a good time, blah, 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 blah. And they come to wherever you're at. And y'all are just chilling and eating. And it's so sad because she just dragging the girl. And it's getting even worse. She said, oh, well, she probably paid it, never liked her. She was clingy. That's what she gets. Next time, be clear. It's a two-way street because she could have asked. If she, in her head thinks that this is a common thing, why not just ask the question? I know why. Because she didn't really like the girl. That's why ma'am, you was looking for an opportunity to let her go, to cut her off the list. Because ain't no way. Let me know, though. If you're invited out, do you expect people to pay for your dinner? And additionally, are you going to cut them off and go into the car, go to the restroom, and leave them with the tab if they don't? Because this was nasty work. And we got people coming with receipts quite literally. It says when they want you to split the bill evenly, but you only know the birthday girl and don't even drink alcohol. So what did y'all do? Just went out for drinks? Because all I see is drinks, drinks, drinks. What is this? I guess that's a drink. Some sort of Chardonnay, a drink, another drink, a kombucha. Ain't that for your gut? Anyway, so y'all just going out drinking devil juice. That's it? Where is the food? Anyway, let's see what's on the list.
How much do you guys think it was? Wait. Guess.
8.
Did you guess $876? That's crazy.
Now, I'm a little confused why she's holding the bill if she said she didn't drink. First off, it wouldn't even been in my hand because I don't see no food on here. Oh, okay, a birthday churro. Whoop-de-doo. Liver's just screaming after this. Oh, my.
You guys, this was like the scene from Friends, right? When they all go out to eat and like half of them have money and half of them are broke. And so like Phoebe, Rachel, and Joey only eat like bread and water and a side salad. When the bill comes, they're like, okay, everybody's dropping $75. And they were like, oh, I don't have that kind of money. So the bill comes and the girl next to me is like, okay, so 878 divided by 15 people. So like in dollars, everybody? I'm like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Actually, I think it would end up being less if it's 15. I don't know. Anyway, I was like, absolutely not. I had a burger and no alcohol. Y'all ordered shots. Y'all got drinks. I'm not dropping $80 on y'all. Everybody will pay for what they got. She's like, oh, okay. Girl, get the out of here. You got me up. You think I'm dropping $80 on a burger and fries? No.
$80 for a burger and fries? That would be an abomination. Like, what? 80? To even ask that or expect that. This is what I mean. People just aren't considerate. And then they're like, oh, okay. Yeah, you would want her to do that because it's not going to be good for her. It's like good for you. bad for your liver. Like, good luck, but sheesh, the expectations are getting out of hand.
Now, I've had my fair share of the whole splitting the bill. I had this, and I was embarrassed. It ruined the dining experience for me. So guess what? Now I don't go out with people who do that. There's a proper etiquette and there's a proper decorum to going out to eat with a large group of people. Everyone Zelle their payment with their tax and tip to the friend, and one friend cover everything. If you don't have a credit card, friends, we need to get credit cards. If you don't have a debit card with a large enough balance, ma'am, why are we at STK? You need to be clocked in. But at the same time, y'all, there is a certain decorum, and what we're not gonna do is stress the waitress out and ourselves and look crazy.
And the waitress wouldn't have to been worried about being stressed, because a lot of us just ain't going to go if this is going to be how it's handled. We're not getting set up with the okie doke because we know how some people are going to do. Now, if you getting Zelled exactly what you ordered plus the tip, now that's a different conversation. But I don't understand why you have to be embarrassed, or why there has to even be tension in the first place about not wanting to split the check. I think that's where I'm like, why is there such tension about it? If you truly understand where everybody is coming from, you know?
I have a serious question and I need answers. For all my people that go out to eat in groups, when the bill comes, I be splitting it by like however many people at the table, or do y'all go and just pick y'all individual items and just send money for that? So I go out to eat. I go to Say Less last night. It's me, my girl, and my friend, one of my friends, and she brought her friend. So the bill come, it's like $370 whatever, so it's like 400, right? Cool. So it's like 100 a head, right? I'm like, all right, I'll put it on my card. I tell my homegirl, I'm like, y'all just both send me 100 each, you know what I'm saying? Cool, don't worry about it. I see the friend whisper to my homegirl, like, how much we gotta send? She caught the wild attitude, and she like, I see her whisper under her breath, like on some like, oh, like, but I didn't get a drink. So I'm sitting there wild confused. So I'm texting my girl at the table, like, yo, you seen that? Like, she caught the wild attitude. She ain't peep. So we leave now, right? Cool. I pay for it. I'm like, whatever. Y'all just tell me. We leave. I'm ready to go home.
Right.
My homegirl rides with me. We get in the car. She's like, yo, you not gonna believe this shit. She's like, so you know, like, each of us was supposed to send 100, right? She's like, nah, shorty only sent me 50 because she felt like she shouldn't have to split like it evenly because she didn't get a drink. But who the fuck told you to be doing 75 hard and all you wanted to get was kung pao chicken and chicken satay? And we all decided that we wanted a drink because the party we was at was alright, so you know we wanted to go out after. So I just feel like that's whack. Like, don't invite that girl out nowhere with us no more, because that's not how at least me and my friends move. So I'm just trying to see, like, am I bugging for the fact that like she didn't just want to split it 4 ways since it was 4 of us that went out to eat? Or y'all feel like we should have just let her pay for what she individually wanted to eat since she didn't get a drink? Please, I need answers.
So she only ate $50 worth of whatever, and he was expecting her to send 100. So that's double what she was expecting to spend because they got drinks. You see the setup here? I don't think she was wrong at all. And I know, look, y'all ready to argue with me in the comments? That's fine. If you want to fight, join the military or hop in the comments, because I ain't never cared. Sir, that's a $50 difference. And if you just think about it like this, just putting yourself in somebody else's shoes, what does $50 look like to somebody you don't know? Do you know where they work? Do they only get paid $20 an hour? Well, guess what? That's 2 hours worth of work because y'all wanted to drink. Do you see how that just sounds so icky? Two more hours of work that they had to do to cover your drinks. They don't even know you like that. And it's their money that they had to work for. And I feel that people have become a bit entitled when it comes to other people's money and how they spend it and what they do with it. Or, oh, you being stingy. Oh, it's just this. It's just that to you. And I'm glad that that's not a lot of money to some people, but for someone else, that could be everything. You just don't know. Where's the consideration? It's alarming. Someone here said, hate group dinners. People get weird when it's time to pay. Yeah, it's a bunch of drama. Nothing but drama whenever that bills come. Another one says, split it evenly, less confusion. Or get unconfused. Get the clarification you need because that's crazy, isn't it? Then they said, hey, yeah, right, because who wants to do math after we just ate? We have calculators on our phones. Like, why are we being so lazy? This is laziness. Someone else said, I don't have enough time to analyze and split bills. Well, make time. Make it enough time. Me and my friend share everything anyway, so it's not that deep, but she wasn't even a friend. She don't even know. See, that's the thing. It's like most of the people saying this aren't even closely connected with the person that they're talking about or being talked about.
Let's talk about the whole split the bill debate. I used to believe in not splitting the bill. In fact, I was one of those people that used to get annoyed at people splitting the bill. But as I matured and understand how to better steward my finances, the gifts that God has given me, I had to learn my lesson the hard way a few times. Once I went to a girlfriend's birthday dinner. There were maybe 12 to 15 people at the table. I only knew one other person at that table and the person that invited me. It was a celebration for her. I wasn't feeling good, but I went to be a supportive friend. I ordered like a little soup appetizer and I ordered a drink just to be able to cheers with her for her birthday or whatever. That's it. The entire table was ordering appetizers, drink after drink, rounds of shots. And like I said, I don't know these people. They are my friends' friends. This was at a more upscale type of restaurant. The bill was like $4,000 and something dollars. I don't remember, like maybe $4,500, somewhere around there, like $4,400. I do believe that was with the added gratuity because for a big party, they add the gratuity. My friend's boyfriend was like, hey, I'll cover the gratuity, like no biggie. But like everybody else at the bill. It ended up being like $200 and something per person. I was like, ain't no way, bruh. I just spent $200 and something for a tortilla sopa and a drink.
What's a tortilla sopa? It sounds like tortilla soap. Is sopa that's Spanish for soap? Let me continue.
And I fed all these people alcohol and food, and I don't even know them, for free, out of my hard-earned money. It was that day that I was like, I would never do this again. And if I do choose to come celebrate you, you're having a shindig with a bunch of people that I don't know, just go ahead and order my drink at the bar and call it a day, because I'm not going to be dealing with that. I'm going to eat In-N-Out before, or I'm going to eat In-N-Out or tacos after. But I'm not dealing with that mess ever again. And this isn't isolated for situations like this either, because there was one time, and I was still married way back in the day, that we went out with his best friends. He was barely trying to get his life together, save some money so that he could provide some rent in the apartment that we lived in, because I was more financially stable. We just went to grab a bite with them at Yard House for an appetizer. Back when I was like 22 years old, 23 maybe. And his friend just kept ordering buckets after buckets, more food, and we're not touching it because we weren't on that type of demon time. Bill comes, it's like $800 or $900. And he's like, all right, let's split it, bro. And what do you say? What do you say?
No. What do you mean? What do you say? This ain't a conundrum. You should have aced that test easily with flying colors. What do you mean?
This is your best friend. Clearly, they know what they just did. So he hands over the $450 that he had left that he actually needed to pay a ticket. That's crazy. You gotta go out with people that are mindful.
And this is why people are getting set up. Some of y'all are getting set up with people you know too, because they're just greedy. They are. They're greedy. And they know you might have a little bit more money, some finances, little extra coin, and they don't mind as long as you're gonna split the bill with them. It's like getting a coupon for one of your favorite restaurants that you love to eat at. You're gonna give me half off, 40% off? Sign me up. Like, I'll be there. That's how a lot of people are operating. And it's quite sick and disgusting that some people would do their friends like that, but it definitely happens. And the top comment here says, I feel like friends who knowingly know you didn't have that much to drink or eat and put you in this situation aren't really friends. Some of y'all are around people who are waiting to use you. They're just waiting on the opportunity to see how far they can take it. Very sad.
People who always want to split the bill are like the biggest cheapskates and nesters, because these are the people that order big back meals and want people to contribute and pay for their big back portions instead of just paying for their bill themselves. My thing is, why can't you just pay for what you ordered? It's really not that hard, unless it's a specific situation where the restaurant doesn't do separate check. Then yeah, but like, I'm so annoyed and I'm getting tired of those people who always want to split the check. It's like, oh, we could just go half, and then they get mad at you or somebody else thinking you're the cheapskate because you don't want to go half. It's just like, why would we go half when you can just pay for what you ordered and I can just pay for what I ordered? And also, what if I wanted to give the server a separate tip instead of splitting their tips separately? Like, they served multiple people, like they served the whole table, but they also served multiple people, so we should each tip them individually as well. Or even people who are like, oh, can you pay the bill? I'll pay you later. It's like, if you couldn't afford going out tonight, then don't go out, because if you could pay me later, then you would just pay for your bill now. Like, people have lost the plot and don't even have common social skills or dinner etiquette.
And the thing about them saying, I'll pay you later, some of y'all aren't going to get paid later. They're going to say, oh, let's split the bill, and then say, oh yeah, I'll Venmo you. I'll Venmo you. ran off on you, just like that one girl did, left her friend at the restaurant. She was in the car. It's even worse with strangers because they don't owe you no loyalty. They don't even know you. You waiting 3-6 months for them to pay you back. It says a lot too about how fast people pay you back after y'all quote unquote split the bill. All of a sudden, some people got a life emergency. Oh, you know, stuff is happening. My tire, my rent was due. Your rent was due. Your rent is due at the same time every month. But now all of a sudden, we got a conundrum. You see, it's always something.
Because what are you talking about? I've literally had situations where I ordered like a $20 meal. Somebody ordered a $90 meal, I think. And they were like, you want to split it? It's like, why would we split it? And then they give you side eye when you're like, no, I'm just going to pay for what I ordered. You want me to contribute to your check, brokey. Like, just pay for what you got. Like, we're on to you. Those people that do that, just say you want someone to pay a portion of the big bag meal you ordered. Like, someone cannot be ordering burgers and fries and you ordered caviar and you think it's fair and equal to be paying the same bill. I went to a dinner party before where literally the check came out to like $1,000. Me and this other kid didn't even order anything. I ordered like a small bowl of like, it was $20, a small bowl of rice, and he didn't order anything, and people at the table were like, oh yeah, we're all gonna split it. And it came out to like $200 per person. It's like, why would I pay $200 when what I ordered was worth $20? And why would this person pay $200 when they didn't even eat anything except for a drink, you know? Like, those are the real cheapskates. Just pay for what you ordered, or don't order it if you can't afford it. Like, what? Like, if I ordered an $80 meal and my friend ordered a $20 meal, I would just want to pay for my $80 meal. Why would I want to have my friend pay double when they didn't even have a portion of my meal, you know?
Because these aren't friends. A lot of y'all are out with snakes and y'all are out with people who really don't care about you. As you can see, a lot of y'all are strangers sitting with strangers. Why would they care? Why would they care? So a good takeaway from this would be, only go out if you are going to do group dinners, perhaps with a group of friends or maybe family that you actually trust. Discuss how is the bill being split so there's not any issue or there's not any weirdness whenever the bill comes out and they're like, yeah, we have to put all of this on one tab. The last thing you want is any broken relationships over a tab. Well, I don't know. That one lady, she looked like she was looking for opportunity to end that friendship. But I digress. I need to know what y'all think about all this down below. Are you splitting the check if you go out with a group of people? Do you even do group dinners? And who is right and who is wrong in this situation? The people who do want to split or the people who don't? But we got to start making better decisions today in order to have a better future.